Lavos, among other things, the ending does change just a bit. Come along, Chrono, our hero. Princess Nadia is finally back home. At last, Guardia is back to normal. If you use the Epoch and crash into Lavos using that, the ending changes just a bit. Instead of them doing the flyby with the ship, everyone goes back to their own times, and everyone in the present stays where they are. You can also win more cats, but I didn't bother doing that. And there's Luca's parents. If you don't successfully save her from the machine, she's sitting the entire time. For some reason, they have machines galore, yet she's restricted. She doesn't even have a wheelchair. Honey, don't just be a sack of potatoes. Dance with me. Chrono, the king says you saved the future. Wait till I tell my friends. Yum, lemonade sure tastes great outdoors. Sure, yeah, lemonade. Chrono, have a sip. You're the hero today. Not much business in weapons anymore, but I like it that way. If you defeat Lavos, fight Magus a second time, Frog turns into his human form. Well, everyone, this is it. Each to thine time. The gate has grown weak. We've got to say our goodbyes before the gate closes. You're all leaving? Chrono was strong. Well, too. You'll have fun. You're my distant ancestors, so you'd better have tough kids, or I'll be in trouble. No worries. Ayla very strong. Right. Huh? Hey, what do you mean by that? Kino dummy. We go now. If I were playing the PlayStation version and above, they'd also have a scene where they exchange rings. 'Tis a feisty crowd, but they are thine kin, and 'tis of consequence. Queen Lena waits. Your Majesty, we too shall take our leave. Mr. Frog. Long farewells ne'er were necessary. Right, besides, actions speak louder than words. Yeah, don't these things end with the princess kissing the frog? So you're going to search for Shala? I can imagine him using some magic to pass through time to do that. It is the Super Nintendo version. They don't. Yeah, Medieval pretty much leaves the crippled to fend for themselves. Luca, I will miss you. What's wrong, Luca? Aren't you going to say goodbye to Robo? She knows. Knows what? Robo was born in a bleak future. When we defeated Lavos, we changed history. Robo may not exist in the future. Haha, please relax. The new future has a place for me. Darn it, Robo. Don't pretend you don't care when you're really sad. It just makes things worse. Luca, you have taught me these emotions. Thank you. Tears don't become you, Luca. Robo will be there, in the new future. Goodbye. Caution, oil has washed over my sight sensors. Sight diminished. I love how creative they are with the sprites, though. Do you remember that talk we had? You mean about whether our lives flash by before we die? Yeah. I get the feeling that the entity is finally at rest. Yes, I feel that too. Time travel. How exhausting. We should dismantle the epoch. Its job is finished. You naughty thing, come back here. Look, Chrono, your cat's running away because you haven't been feeding it. Hey, come back here. Oh, great. The Chrono. That gate will never open again. And we've seen that cat running around here and there. I nearly dropped this. Well, it looks like we have no choice but to go after them. Go after them, but the gates? Luca, don't turn off your brain yet. I forgot. We have a time machine. Yeah, haha. Oh, Princess, the king asks for your presence. I'm so happy. Now there's no reason for you to go away anymore. I have a gift for you to commemorate this day, Princess Nadia. This is Nadia's bell. It will ring out across the land. Marl, where did you go? Could someone please lend me a hand? Daddy, I hate to say this, but I can't sit around doing nothing. If they don't have the epoch, Marl and Chrono will float away on the balloons. Phew, made it just in time. Shall I fire one off? No, Tabin. Actually, I could really use a hand. Yeah, the PlayStation and Beyond always has anime cutscenes for different meetings. Not everyone, but a good chunk of them, as well as an anime opening. I've told you that I write. One of the games that has had the biggest influence on me in my writing is this one. The other game that the other game that has had a major influence on my writing is Final Fantasy VI, released as Final Fantasy III on the Super Nintendo in the US. I have a better Retroid Pocket, the number 5, but I've been trying to get it to run theme, but I haven't been able to do that yet. I'll get there. I think I've mentioned it once or twice. I just don't mention it a lot. Mostly I don't have much of a reason to talk about it right now. I saw someone writing about why time travel cannot exist. Basically, it's like trying to mess with a rubber band. But I don't think that's necessarily true. Once upon a time, that was the credits. It does. If I were to explain how I think time would work, time travel would work, it would be more along the lines of, if you were like to go back in time, you wouldn't be overwriting time. In going back, you'd set the entire timeline back a certain amount. In other words, you'd be the only one to realize the change. Kind of like how when you read a book, if they go back in time and change something, those pages are set ahead of the previous ones. So there's every possibility that people in the past would remember future events. And that would also be why I have like theories about people who see the future. It might have happened, and if it has, that might be why there are people who have the ability to see events that haven't happened yet. Not that I would know personally. Okay. Is Final Fantasy 3 on here at all? It might not be. Give me one moment.